Welcome, everyone. We have a very important subject to discuss this afternoon, and I just want to help. I just want to help um, anyone who is bothered and worried and disturbed about legal legal migration or legal immigration. Uh, you want to immigrate legally, and you don't know how to do it. So I just want to help one or two people here who want to immigrate, they want to travel out of their country to another country, and they don't know how to go about it. So this is a free seminar. So I'm not charging any money for this, and you're going to learn a lot from it. I can bet that with you. You're going to learn a lot from it. This should have been advertised. If I advertise it, I will get a lot of people. So who will jump on the live stream and will be happy to hear what I want to say. So I've had many people ask me the question. They want to travel out of their country, particularly my friends in Nigeria. They want to travel out of their country. They want to move to another country, and they don't know how to do it, and they need help. So I'm going to provide some insights this morning, this afternoon. How do you immigrate legally, whether you have money or you don't have money? What are the strategies you can use? And I want to crave your indulgence to help me share this. This is going to help someone. A lot of people are charging money for this. What I'm about to say costs me so much money to know. What I am about to say cost me close to 20 years of lesson, of training, of learning. So, but I don't want to get money from anybody on this. I want to help people that are struggling. And as a pastor, as a minister of God myself, I reach out to a lot of people, and I know the pains that many young people, particularly in Africa, in Nigeria, are going through. You want to immigrate legally, but you don't know how to do it. You want to travel out of your country, out of Ghana, out of Nigeria, and want to go to another country in the West, and you know that that is your own dream, that is your own plan. Now, this is not for everyone. If you don't want to go out of your country, you are prosperous where you are, please don't do it. Just stay where you are and build your career and grow your career. But if you have the leading to travel out of your country, to go to America, to Canada, to Germany, to wherever, and you don't have money at all, or you have very little money, or you have much money, and you don't know what to do, this seminar is going to help you tremendously. It's going to help you tremendously. And so I'm going to use Nigeria as a case study. If you're listening to me and you're a young person, or you're old, I mean, we are 50 or 60, immigration knows no age boundary, even though the demography favors people that are much younger, or people immigrate for so many reasons. And the number one reason for immigration is economic. It has been proven time and again. People immigrate majorly because of economic empowerment. They want to better their life. They want better environment for their children. They want better career. They want better money or better income, or anything that will improve the bottom line results, finance. So you're listening to me this morning. I should have done a proper advert and invite people, but I mean, I won't do that, because sometimes people tend to trivialize what they are not paying for. There are a lot of people online who ask people to pay money. They charge people for money. I know someone who does this on Instagram. He charges money and people have to pay, and we create a separate Zoom group for people to come. So by nature, human beings don't value what they don't pay for. But we don't do that, because we want to help people, and then we are ministers of God. So I'm very careful. I'm not about money when it comes to issues like this. I want people to be free. If you have a genuine need and a genuine dream, a genuine vision of traveling out of Nigeria, of relocating out of Ghana, that is your own pattern. That is your own style. Please listen to what I'm about to say, and it will help you tremendously. In fact, I've done a very comprehensive article on this issue about a year or two ago, which went viral. And I listed out so many options that people can employ. Now, you don't have to fold your arms and wait until the whole world crashes on you. There are other avenues, there are other strategies that people can employ to leave the country where they are. And if you look at the title of this broadcast, it is legal. Legal means to immigrate. So this is not illegal means. This is not stealing money. This is not lying. This is not forging passport. This is not forging document. I don't do that. I've never done that for anybody. I don't support it. I don't condemn people doing it, but it doesn't come to my plate. And I will never endorse it or validate it. Anybody should use that approach. There are other legal means by which things can be done. I immigrated using legal means. I didn't steal passport. I didn't forge documents. They didn't put me inside a ship and I lied that I was going to do a business and then I jumped out of the ship. And so I won't ask people to do things that contradict my own values as a Christian, as a child of God, and as a minister of God. So now let's look at it from a broad perspective. There are many countries in the world where people can immigrate to. The most preferred location that I will recommend to anyone listening to me today is Canada. That is number one in the world. As of today, Canada has been ranked as the best in the world. Not because there are no other nations that have other things that Canada does not have, but in terms of immigration, in terms of immigrants, the quality of life of immigrants, families and immigrants, Canada ranks number one in the world. And so, I mean, Australia is equally very good. America is fantastic. United Kingdom is good. The EU is good. But everybody has their own preferences. Personally, I will recommend Canada as number one on the list. And I will put America as number two. And I put United Kingdom as number three. Personally, it's my personal choice. I mean, somebody can rearrange that order. I've lived and stayed in those countries, so I can compare and contrast, and I know which one cost me more pain and which one made my life easier. So that's why I'm speaking from my own perspective. It is not a rule of thumb. So I'm not forcing it on anyone. I'm not saying we must live in Canada. You can live anywhere and be prosperous. You can live in Israel. You can live in Japan, anywhere. But this is just my own experience, and I know it's going to help a lot of people. Now, there are people who have money. They have funds. They have finance. They can prosecute those projects. They can execute those projects. There are those who don't have anything. They are very poor. Now, I will split my seminar this afternoon into two directions. Now, let's look at people who have money. You have money, and money doesn't have to be physical cash. You have assets. You're listening to me, you have assets. You have lands, you have houses, you have stocks, you have very good job. You're working with a bank, you have good salary, good income, and you want to immigrate. I mean, for so many reasons. I mean, probably because of your children or for whatever reason, you want to leave Nigeria, you want to go to Canada or America or wherever. Now, your case is a bit easier because you have finance, because immigration is capital intensive. Immigration is capital intensive. So you have finance, so your case is different. So let me run through this first segment of people who have money. Now, under the category of people who have finance, we have people who are educated and those who are not educated. So if you are educated, you have a bachelor's degree, you have finance, your case is actually easier as well. Now, if you are not educated, but you have finance, your case is easy, but it's not as easy as for people who have qualifications in their hands. They have master's degree, they are doctors, or they are medical doctors, or they are lawyers, and they have big law firms, they have businesses, or they are working in an oil company or in a bank, and they are managers. Those categories of people are educated and they have finance. So most countries in the world now, they are more favorable towards people who have finance and also who have education. Why? If you have finance and you apply for any visa to travel to any country, they perceive you more favorably. They look at you as someone who is going to travel to where you're going and you're coming back. No country receives a visa application with the intent that the person is not going to come back. They will refuse you, apart from people that are applying for permanent residency and citizenship. Visitor visa applications, student permit or study visa, they want you to prove that you're going to come back to your country. So if you have a lot of money and you are living fine, you have assets, you have houses, they will be favorably disposed to you, and your visa application will be very much easier. That is why people that are in politics, rich politicians, they submit documents that show that they have millions and billions. They don't have issue with visa. They get visas and travel. But the people I'm speaking to now, this afternoon, they aren't people who want to visit and come back. They are people who want to relocate and stay in America permanently or stay in Canada permanently. So I'm speaking from the permanent point of view now. So let's remove visitor. I want to visit America for 2 weeks and come back. I'm taking those ones out of my picture now because those ones are different. I'm speaking to people who are very desperate, who want to travel out of their country and they want to relocate to better their lives, live abroad for 10 years. Then I will come back to my country after 10 years. So let's focus on that segment, on that demographic. Now, let me start from stage one. The people who have money and they have education. You have money, you have education. So you can pursue permanent residence as an option to emigrate, to leave your country as a permanent resident. Canada offers a lot of programs in that respect. There are so many of them. I cannot go into every detail. They are so vast. So they have permanent residence for so many people. So what you need to do is to make sure that you meet the right immigration agent. Now you have money and you have education, so your case is easier and you can pay. So there are a lot of immigration consultants that can help you. You can send me a private message and I will link you up and let you know, talk to this agent, talk to that agent. You have money, so you don't have an issue with paying consulting fee and whatever. And so I won't lead you to people who will rob you or who will defraud you. I'm not part of that kind of a thing. So nobody has ever in anywhere in the world accused me of that in any capacity. So your case, those ones are my first customers this morning. They are very easy to deal with because they have money and they are educated. They are master's holders, doctorate degree holders, bachelor's degree holders, and the husband is educated, the wife is a pharmacist, and the wife is an engineer, the husband is a lawyer. They are doing well. So that means you have money, you are financially strong, so you can emigrate to Canada, you can move to Canada. There are many options to immigrate to Canada as a permanent resident. Canada is the easiest of all. America is very difficult, except for green card lottery that they do every year. And it's a lottery, it's not automatic. But Canada has certain programs that are almost near automatic. Once you meet the required point, the required metrics, once you tick it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you meet that point, you almost guaranteed that you will get it. Bearing any unforeseen circumstance, like you have a criminal record or whatever, so you will almost get it. That is why Canada is ranked number 1 in the world, because once you have those things, you can predict your success at the beginning. Once I have this, and I calculate my points, it's a point-based system. Canada will add your points, give you points for education, points for work experience, points for having a family member in Canada. So there are different programs. So once you meet that point and you have a threshold, you meet a threshold, you can be sure at the beginning that 99% chances I have succeeded. That is what makes that category of people very easy to work with. But because once you do calculations and you do assessment for them, once you can predict them at the beginning that these guys have made it. And Australia also offers this kind of program, point-based program. United Kingdom doesn't do it. They don't do it. United Kingdom offers work-based PR program. You have to get a work permit, and the work permit in the UK is based on having a job offer. What is a job offer? A company or an employer in the UK has to employ you, and those employers have to be approved by the UK government. So you can't just pick any employer and get a letter of employment from them and then declare yourself as an eligible applicant. No, it doesn't work like that. So if you are employable, if you know someone or you have access to a company that can employ you, beautiful. Now, the issue here is this. If you go to the website of the UK Home Office, now, begin to do research on that website, you will see a list of approved companies that can employ people. About hundreds of them listed in alphabetical order. Do a fantastic CV. Make sure your CV is world class. There are people who are paid to write CVs now. You don't have to stress yourself now. Now we live in the age where a lot of things have been taken off our neck. There are people who are professionals. They know how to do CVs, resumes. Meet them and pay them. Borrow the money. Pay them. Talk to your uncle. Talk to your friend. Please help me. 5,000 naira. Pay. Do a solid CV. Look for the email address. That is how I work. Most of the things that God has helped me to achieve over the years, they weren't things that fell on my laps. I suffered. I went to the UK to study a master's program of £14,000, and I entered the UK with £200. £200. So I have gone through troubles, trials, problems. So if you have gone through problems, now you don't want, if you're a good leader, you don't want the people coming behind you to go through the same problem. A good leader will not ask people to go through the same pitfalls, potholes. You will navigate their way. Don't go through this direction. Don't go here. Some of the things I'm saying today, I didn't know some of them. I learned them by experience, by burning my fingers. And so what I do in our mentorship sessions is that I tell people that are listening to me, don't do what I've done. This one, you're going to fail. This one, you're going to fail. Follow this pattern. Follow this path. I didn't know some of these things until I had spent years laboring and doing so many things. Thank God for what God has done. We give him glory for it. So if you want to go to the UK, you have a very good job. You're a professional in IT, in engineering, medical doctor, nurses. You need a job in the UK. Go to the UK Home Office website. Google UK Home Office. Work permit with job offer. Search for it. Look for, you see the list of approved employers. Pick each of those approved employers' name. Google their website. Look for their email. Look for the HR. Send your resume to them. If you send your resume to 100 of them, if you are desperate enough, you oh my goodness, I will be very desperate. I will send my CV to 50 companies. There is an attitude of success. A lot of people want to succeed, but they want to eat their cake and have it at the same time. If you are desperate, you want to travel, that is your pattern, that is your destiny, that is the will of God for you, you are sure about it, and you fold your arms, it's going to happen. Good things don't just happen. Good things are made to happen. Good things are made to happen. Go to the UK Home Office website. Look at all the companies listed there. Google them. Dedicate a whole week and search for the website of those companies and send your CV. Don't send useless CVs to them. I have worked with hundreds of young people in Nigeria, and now I will ask them to send me their CVs. Most of those CVs are trash. PhD students, MBA holders. I will look at their CV. They will bolden everything. No use bold. They will use capital. The font size will be 14, whatever, or 12, and they will bolden everything. Everything will be dark. So what is this? And they are PhD student, master student, and they will think that's the best. I have helped people to do CV many times, but I don't have time now to do such things again. So do a fantastic CV. If you don't know how to do a CV, go on YouTube. Go on Facebook. The world has been made so easy. I didn't have access to this thing. I didn't have access to these things during our own time. I didn't. We struggled by the grace of God. I wrote my CV myself, struggling to write it. Today, there are CV templates on Facebook, on Google. Just Google pharmacy resume template, engineering resume template, nursing resume template in the UK. That is how I play with words. Nursing CV template in Canada. You will see thousands of options. Pick 1, 2, 3 of them. Look at what they have done, and then translate your own CV to that format, and then give it to somebody who's an expert. Please let me look at it and make sure your CV is at the cutting edge of excellence. When you are sure you have met that criterion, send it to all the companies on that UK Home Office website. Send your CV to all of them, and you wait and see what's going to happen. Don't send it to 5 companies. Send it to 50, 70, 100. I am a software engineer. I'm trained in Nigeria. Write a very brilliant cover letter. Make sure your cover letter is devoid of errors. If you cannot master those things, go and talk to your friend or to an uncle. Uncle, please help me read my cover letter. Is it without mistake? Are there errors there? When you are done and you are sure, package everything and send it to the UK. Send it to all the companies on that UK Home Office website. If any of them gives you a job offer, that job offer will guarantee you work permit into the UK. Once you get a work permit into the UK, you are done. That work permit will lead you to getting permanent residence in the UK. And after some years, you transit to become a citizen. And your wife or your husband or your children, if you are married, will be covered. In Canada, the same thing applies, but slightly different. Canada allows direct PR. When I say PR, I mean permanent residence. You don't have to apply for work permit, but you can apply for work permit as well if you get someone who can give you job offer. But it's very much difficult in Canada to get direct job offer from outside of Canada. It's quite very tough. So it's better you focus on getting your documents, your profile to be submitted into one of the PR programs. By PR, I mean permanent residence. Now I'm speaking about people who have money, who are educated, who can pay consultants. Even if you can't pay consultants, you have money to do all these things, you are very buoyant. So your case is relatively easier. Australia also offers permanent resident programs, work permit programs. Go to the Australian government website, and if you can't do all of those stuff, there are agents, consultants in Sydney, Australia, who are immigration consultants. Google their names. Make sure that you find their name on the database of the Australian Immigration Consultants Office. The Australian government has a database for all regulated and approved consultants so that you don't fall victim of scammers. When anybody contacts you, my name is James Peters. I am a consultant for Australian visa program and my office is number 10. Okay, no problem. Take his name and go online, search for Australian government approved consultants. There's a database. Put that person's name there and check before you start dealing with them. If you're not sure, send an email to Australian Department of Immigration. Send an email and copy that person's name. They will reply you. White people are very nice. They will reply. And they will tell you, we don't know this person. This person is a scammer. Don't deal with him. Or they will tell you, this is a member that has been approved. And then you start dealing with that person. That person will tell you everything you need to do. Everything you need to do. So it depends on your choice. You have money. You are doing well. You are working in a bank or an IT company in Ghana, in South Africa. You want to immigrate. Your own case is easy because you can just use your income or your business income or your salary or whatever to fund that project. And like I said when I began, Canada is the best. Canada is the best. Is the best because of the opportunities that the government of Canada gives to immigrants. So for you that are listening to me this morning and you have finance, even if you don't have liquid money, you have assets, you have houses or you have lands, and don't sell your land. Don't sell your land before you know whether you will succeed. There are ways of assessing your eligibility. What I have done for people in the past is that we assess them first. Once we are sure that their success is guaranteed, they too will see the documentation that, okay, I meet up with this program, I qualify for it, then they can now dispose one of their lands, and then they will prosecute that project, and they will succeed. So, but some crooked consultant will tell you, go and bring money, go and bring money. So people will be bankrupted. They will sell their house or sell their car, and then they will give them fake visa. By the time they get to the border or get to the airport, the immigration agent will just turn them back that you are using a false document. Now, let's go to the category of people. If you have any question, please just type it here and ask me. I'm going to answer. If you have any question, if it's not very personal, if it's common or general, you can type the question here. And I'm also on Instagram now, and I'm on YouTube. You can just walk. If you don't want to type any question here on Facebook, you can drop a comment on Instagram for me, and on YouTube, I will reply to you. If you want me to reply to you privately, I'll do it privately. Now, let's look at people who don't have money. They don't have finance. They don't have rich parents. Their parents are not rich, but they have the burden of living abroad, at least for a while. 10 years, 5 years, and then I'll come back to my country. Now, there is nobody that is empty. If you're listening to me this afternoon and you are a student, you are in 200 level, you are in 300 level, you are in year 4, please, if you don't have anything, make sure you come out with a first class. Come out with a first class. First class. Or a very good 2-1. If you have already made a 2-2 and it is no longer possible to change your degree, your grade, that is a different story entirely. So let me focus on people who still have the effort, they have the opportunity to change their profile, to change their grade. If you are in year 1 or year 2 or year 3, and you still have 1 or 2 years more to graduating, please make sure you come out with a first class. Come out with a first class. If you don't have a penny, you don't have a dime, and you have the desire to travel abroad, you have the desire to live abroad, don't languish in poverty where you are. That certificate in your hand, that degree in your hand, that first class degree in your hand can open many doors for you. All you need to do at that level is, you don't have anybody to sponsor you. You don't have any parent. Your parent, I mean, maybe you have parents, but they are not financially strong. You have no asset, no land, no house, nothing. But you have made a first class, or you have made a very good 2-1. Some 2-1 degrees are almost on first class level. Make sure you pursue student visa as your focus. Forget about working visa. I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to, don't waste your time. Focus on America and Canada. Canada must be number 1 on the list. With your first class result, bachelor's degree, you have a first class there. And you apply to universities in Canada, you will get grants and funding. You will. You will. Don't apply to one university. Apply to 2, 3, 4 universities. So the only problem you have now is, how do you get application fee? That is where God will come in. And you have to talk to your friends, or talk to your parents, or talk to, just please give me $200. Please borrow me. Just find a way of legally getting that money. Submit an application to 2, 3, or 4 universities in Canada. And you saw what's going to happen to you. Now, once they give you a grant, they give you admission, once they see that you have made a first class, the reason people don't get grant is because, number 1, they don't know which place to apply to. There are places that give grant, that are generous with grants. There are institutions that are generous with grants and funding. There are others that are not. Even those that are not, by law, by government legislation, governments funds universities in Canada a lot. Even private universities receive millions and millions of dollars from the Canadian government. So they have to make a provision to sponsor brilliant students, because most people who make first class that come in for masters, eventually they push them into PhD. And they always want the PhDs to stay back and lecture so that they can continue to build the university for them. So it's to their own advantage as well to retain you. Now, you have nothing. You have no money. You have no account statement to pursue your visa application, but you have a first class. Once you get admission, you will get a grant. Once you get a grant, the grant will cover your tuition fee, most cases. Sometimes they give 100% tuition-free admission. Sometimes they give you partial one. This is where the trick is. The moment the university that gives you funding or grants gives you a letter, and that letter will stipulate you're going to be paid, I don't know how much money per month as small allowance, your tuition fee is paid, that is paid. The only problem you have now is to take that letter, take all your documentations, and go and apply for your visa. The pressure on having a bank statement, having an account statement, pay my tuition fee, has been removed by the grant you got from the school. Has been removed. So I'm telling young people that are listening to me now, do not say, I have a friend, he made a third class, he still succeeded. You are shooting yourself in the foot. Not in this generation again. Master's degree now are like pure water. Let me use that language. We use that language in Nigeria. So you see how many thousands of Nigerians have masters looking for jobs. They can't find jobs. We set up, a research company in Nigeria about 5 years ago, and I asked people to apply. In a week or two, I got 500 applications. 500. I screened the CVs myself. 500 CVs. I sat down one by one, checking them, matching them to the job requirements, and looking at them. And that was when I was stunned. PhD students, Ahmadu Bello University. PhD students, University of Ibadan. Masters. Some have 2 masters. Some they have no job. So brandishing third class as, people can have third class, they will still succeed. Stop all those motivational jargons that you are reading. You better be the best if you want the best in life. You better be the best if you want the best in life. Make sure you come out with a first class. Put in all your effort, because you will be able to compete internationally. You will be able to compete in career. Because the problem with immigration is that sometimes People put too much emphasis on, I don't have money. I don't have money. Sometimes when you have nothing and you have first-class degree, that degree will open doors for you. Scholarships will come from universities, and some students have had people who got 8 scholarships from 8 universities, and the only headache they have now, which one will I go? Which one will I go? If that guy had made a tutor in third class, the door would have been shut. So please make sure, if you are still in school, make sure you go for the best. Make sure your first class comes out with an award. When that happens, turn that certificate into University of Washington or University of Alberta in Canada and see what's going to happen. Or send it to the UK. The UK is not generous with funding. They are not. North American universities are more generous with funding. More generous, because the governments of those nations fund education. They give universities millions and millions of dollars as funding, as grants, and they must use that grants to empower students from poor countries, students who cannot meet up with payment of their tuition fees. So I'm speaking now to people who don't have money. You have no money. But you are a student. You are a student and you have not left school. Now, there are some categories of people, they don't have any money. They have left school. They are graduates. They made a 2-1 or they made a 2-2. And their first degree was a bachelor's degree in wherever, maybe computer science. Now, there are some certifications that you can do that people don't know about. And some of those exams, if you can find money to register and do them from where you are, you can get a job internationally. So student visa is not the only route for traveling, for immigration, for immigrating legally. There are some Microsoft certifications that people do from Nigeria and they get job. There was a time that Facebook was recruiting people in Yaba, Lagos, Andela. There is one company called Andela. And Andela deals with some, I don't know, I'm not an IT person that sense. And so Nigerians that were regular Nigerians that had certifications in programming, in coding, they were getting jobs with Silicon Valley people. They're recruiting them, sending them from Nigeria directly. And when they recruit you, they're going to give you a work visa. And when you get a work visa, you're already on the path to getting permanent residence in that country. So the opportunities are diverse. So it's not just about money. I need 20 million. I'm not saying money is not important. It's very, very important. But if you don't have money, you will have something. You will have something. So do certifications and don't just do anyone. Look for the best. Talk to your friends and tell them to tell you what is the best certification in medicine, in nursing. If your focus is engineering, there are many engineering courses. There's petroleum engineering, there's mechanical. So I want to go to Canada. What is the qualification that Canadian employers are looking for? Oh, they're looking for this certification in this and that. How much does it cost? I don't have money. Who can borrow me money? That is where your faith now comes in. Can I talk to my friend in America? Can he help me? When you call people that are responsible, that are succeeding in their own career, I will tell them, I want to do Microsoft certified professional exam. It costs $500. I don't have money. And you talk to 1, 2, 3, 4 people, the door will open. The first person may say, no, I don't have money. The second may say, okay, I'll give you $100. The third may say, okay, I'll give $150. And before you know what's happening, the money is complete and you will read yourself to fire. You don't borrow money to write an exam and then you are failing. You will read yourself to fire. When you pass those exams, the door to immigrating legally will be open to you, because when you get job, they will give you a letter of employment. All you need to do is to get your passport, the employment, the job offer letter, your document, and go to the embassy. The embassy will not ask you for account statement, bank statement, because now you are going to work to earn money. All you need to do is to make provision for where you're going to stay. Maybe you're going to stay in an hotel for the first 1 week or whatever. So there are many, many ways of doing these things that a lot of people don't know. So whether you have money or you don't have money, if you have certain things, you can still immigrate legally. Now, there are some opportunities in Canada now where the Canadian governments, they are looking for farmers, people that have certain skills. Now, you know where we have problem now. A lot of these artisans in Africa, they are not structured artisanship. So electrician, plumber. People just go to roadside mechanics and they learn how to repair cars, and they're very good. But when you want to apply to work as a plumber in Canada, they ask you for certification. They will ask you for your trade certificate. You are a plumber. Who trained you? And then you can't just print out the certificate and give it to them. The government of your country must have a body that has accredited that plumbing work for you. So there are some schools in Nigeria where people are doing plumbing or whatever, but this thing is not widespread. And where some people actually have these certifications, they don't know how to apply them. So if you have such certifications and you have gone to a school in Nigeria or in Ghana or wherever, and you have obtained 2-year diploma in plumbing, in electrical work or whatever, and you have experience, there are some programs in Canada now that all you need to do is to find the right agent or go online yourself, do your research. Don't pay money to anybody until you have done your research very well. And then you apply to those programs and they will ask you to forward your document to them. You do some exam, English test and whatever, and you are done. So it's something that requires a lot of patience, accuracy, and strategy. Don't take money and be sending money to anybody without making sure you have made your own research. You have done your own homework. There are a lot of scammers online now that are portraying themselves as, I'm a consultant. And they have nothing to do with consulting. They're just looking for money. So we have looked at 2 categories now: people that don't have money and those that have money and they have assets. Now, there are other categories of people. If you are a rich person, you are a rich politician, you are a rich businessman, you don't even need to go to school. If you don't have any certificate and you have money, there are other programs in the UK, in Canada, in America that are giving papers legally to people that can invest their money in their country. Business investment visas. So if, for example, you have a parent or you have an uncle who is very rich and he's telling you, oh, I want to take my children out of this country, I don't know how to do it, and the man is legitimately, I'm not talking about people who stole money now or who are criminals, legitimately he has money, he's very rich. There are programs in Canada that help rich people who want to invest. And so you won't know about these things if you don't go through the right channel. So the purpose of what I'm doing this evening or this afternoon or this morning, regardless of where you are, is to sensitize a lot of the young people who are frustrated. Or you are a middle-aged man, or you are an elderly man in your 50s and you are retiring and you want to take your grandchildren out of Nigeria, out of Ghana, and whatever, you have the finance or whatever. There are ways of doing these things legally. And if you don't have money at all, and you have assets, and you are educated, so there is no one cap fit all approach. Each person is different. So what happens in the world of immigration is that each person's case is different. You now have to assess each person. Look at that person's profile. Do you have money? I don't have money. Are you educated? Yes. To what level? I have a master's. Oh, I have a diploma. Okay. Your wife is educated more than you. Okay, let's use your wife. Your wife has a master's. You have a diploma. Let's focus on your wife. Your wife has more access, more power now. And then you're going to be the dependent on your wife. So the thing is diverse. So there is work permit, there is student visa, there is visitor visa, there is permanent residence, there is religious visa. Now, you listen to me, you are a minister of God. You are a pastor. You are a minister of God. I've had a lot of pastors bombard me with questions privately, WhatsApp, and I can't reply to all of them and give them all these details. I just tell them, okay, send a mail to this person, contact this company, talk to this church. I'm not, because you have barrage of messages coming to your inbox every time. Now, if you're a pastor and you have access to churches, most churches in Nigeria, let me say this, most of the leading churches in Nigeria, Redeemed Christian Church of God, Mountain of Fire, Winners Chapel, Christ Embassy, all of them have branches all over the world. And those churches are all registered as employers in their countries. They are all registered. They can employ people. That is why they can send pastors from Nigeria to go and pastor those churches. And the embassy in Nigeria will give them visa. So if you want to work as a minister of God abroad, all you need to do is to talk to churches that you know, senior pastors of those churches that you know, the branches abroad. So don't go and use any corny way. Don't go and say, I will do visitor visa and I will go there. With a visitor's visa, you can't work legally. It's illegal to work People do it, they do it illegally, but if you are caught by the police, it's a big problem for you. So if you can get any of the pastors, if they're your friend or you know the senior pastor or the general overseer and you have access to them, sir, I want to go and work. I want to go and work in your church in Canada. If you can just get them to help you to find a job in their church, the company, the church will just apply to the government that they want to employ you. And once they employ you and they approve it, all you need to do is take your letter of employment and your document. It will cover you, your wife, your children. Go to the embassy and they will give you a working visa. After you have worked for 1 year for that church, you will qualify to apply for permanent residence. And it will cover you, your wife, and your children. That is called religious visa or minister of religion visa in the UK, in America, and in Canada as well. So the opportunities are diverse, but there is no one cap fits all approach. What you will do may be different from what I will do. So it's not just about money. I don't have money. My agent said I should bring 2 million. I gave him 1 million. I ran away. I met one agent. He's a fraud. He's a scammer. He took my 100,000. I've had people lose money and lose money and lose money. And now this is the issue. Sometimes our people don't want to follow the right channel because sometimes the right channels take time. So anytime you want to achieve things now, you will burn your finger. A lot of our people cannot wait. So someone's going to tell you in 6 weeks, I'll get you a visa. And then you give him all your life savings. And then he runs away. What do you do? Some of the things I'm telling you now take time. 5 months, 6 months, 3 months. Some take 1 year. Some even take 2 years. But they are all worth the waiting. They are worth the waiting. So you are listening to me this morning and you belong to any of these categories and you have issues. You just feel that you want to immigrate, you want to leave your country. Let me use Nigeria as a case study. I want to leave Nigeria and I have that burden in my heart. This place is choking me. I just want to live abroad for a few years and then I will come back or whatever. Don't just go anywhere. There are places people go to that destroy their destiny. There are places that are worse than Nigeria. There are countries that are worse than Africa. That once you go there like this, I can't be telling you stories. Once you enter, you'll be praying that they should deport you to Nigeria. So don't just buy a ticket and jump into the plane. I have a friend many years back, and they wanted to leave Nigeria, and they were asking, where do you want to? Anywhere. If they mention Romania, he will say anywhere. If they mention Bulgaria, he will say anywhere. We were all laughing. He said, just get me out. Thank God that God didn't answer that prayer. He's in America now, doing very, very well. God has prospered him. He has set up his own company. Very, very rich man now in America without stealing money. It's not like that he went to steal money and then he's doing credit card fraud. He went to school. He finished his master's program. He got a job. He worked. He was promoted. He got a loan from the bank. He started a company. The company began to grow. So it took him years before he grew and then started his own business and became rich. So that is called the law of success. That is what success entails. Without shedding blood, without killing people, without robbing people, without doing credit card fraud, you can immigrate and do things properly and give yourself time. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. I have to hammer now. I have to break through now. And you're listening to your uncles that are telling you, I just spent 2 years in America and I bought a house in Banana Island. They are lying. Some of them are stealing money. And many of them are in jail now. In fact, there are people that are calling their family on the phone in Nigeria from inside prison in America. And the family will not know. Hey, hello, mommy, how are you doing? Hey, my son. Oh, my son, how are you doing? I'm fine, mom. It's very cold here. The mother is in the village. She's very old. This guy will send his friend to go and give the mother money. The friend will not tell the mother the secret that your son is in jail, serving 20-year sentence. A lot of that cases in America. And why? They went into fraud. They went into all kinds of credit card scamming and they got them. So don't go that route. You can do immigration legally and follow the process. If it takes you 10 years to make whatever you want to make out of a career, you have to pay the price. So I'm going to be rounding up now because this is going to be something very brief. You have that passion that you want to travel out of your country. Now, you have no criminal, because that's another problem. Now, if you have a very serious medical record, very serious one, or you have very serious criminal record, it will be very hard for you to travel out of Nigeria, as in legally. It's going to be very hard because all countries now will ask you to go and do medical tests, and they will do criminal record check for you. They will get it. If you lie about it and they know, that is even a worse problem. So if you don't have any serious medical or health condition, very serious one, it's not like anybody that is sick or anybody that has any medical condition will be bad. No, but it has to be very, very serious. Very, very serious. Even HIV now, some HIV victims are being approved in Canada. You can travel because HIV is not that contagious now. Once the person is taking his drug. So to let you know, it's not just any kind of sickness, but there are some sicknesses that will consume that will put pressure on the healthcare service of that country. So they will tell you no. They will refuse it. So, or if you have a serious criminal history, you have burgled before, or you have been accused of espionage, you have been accused of terrorism. No, America, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, they won't give you visa. They won't give you visa. So if those things are not there, all hopes are not lost. Even if you don't have a dime, there is something you have. All you don't have now is information. That is the problem. So what I've seen from my experience is that a lot of our people don't want information. All they want is quick fixes. I have had that problem several times with many Nigerians. I need visa. How much does it cost? As if it is bread you can buy in the market. I say, no wonder. That is why you are being swindled and you are being scammed every time. I need visa. How much does it cost? I say, I don't give people visa. I'm not an embassy. Okay, do this. They won't come back again because that thing I asked them to do takes time. Do this. They want quick. So there is a very strong value, poor and bad value system among the younger people, even the older people. We want quick fixes, quick visa, instant visa, instant visas that are sometimes scammed visas for fake visas. So whether you have money or you don't have money, there are legal. If I have the opportunity to talk to students, in fact, we are organizing a seminar in Nigeria. I mean, out of my busy schedule, and we're charging them nothing. Young people in universities. So we're going to do like a virtual conference. So I have people in Nigeria who we are working together, and they're trying to help us to set up sort things so that we can speak to some of them. You don't have to struggle. Make a first class. If you can come out with first class in mechanical engineering, first class in computer engineering, or you can make first class in whatever you are doing. If it's not possible to make a first class, you know the problem here. If you don't have a rich parent, you have no uncle or aunt or anybody who wants to help you financially, and then you come out with third class, you have ruined yourself. That is what a lot of young people are doing to themselves. They are undoing themselves. You can't suffer in both directions. You don't have money, and then you make third class and pass. So your parents, you're going to put yourself in a very serious situation. So very serious situation. Virtually most of my friends and myself, we didn't have rich parents. So, but we made sure that we read our books and we passed. So you can't be failing and then you don't have people that can help you. You have ruined yourself. So young people need to know that it is one of each. It's either I focus on my study and I make first class or a very good 2-1. There are some very, very good 2-1s that are very close to first class that attract funding and grants. When you apply for master's program, or you have first class in year 1, first class in year 2, and then you want to transfer to year 3 or even year 2 in America, Canada, they may give you funding and grants. They will ask you to go and bring your transcript for the first 2 years. So you don't have to be a graduate anyway. If you are in school now and you are saying, I don't have money, my parents are poor, Nigeria is so bad, things are so bad, make sure that when ASU is on strike now, make sure that you focus all these useless clubs you are attending, watching pornography, you're just destroying yourself, honestly speaking. All the big cars you want to drive that is luring you to be pursuing politicians, and then you are joining them to do crime. There is nothing in big car. This thing has been idolized so much that our younger people think that if you don't have big cars, you are nobody. And then to even have big cars, you have to kill people. These things are nothing. They park all those cars on our road, say, you just walk beside them. You don't look at them twice. I have never stood on the road and looked at a car. Wow. Because everybody is driving it. You go to school. I'm right in front of a school here now. Secondary school. Come and see dozens and scores of cars parked. Students. Like SS2, SS3 students. You don't, if you have a good job, what is a good job? An average job. You are working in McDonald's. You are a dishwasher. You are washing plates, and you do it 7 hours a day, 35 hours a week. You're going to be getting like $2,500 a month. It is enough for you to buy a Range Rover Sport. Just go to a car dealer, and they will get your pay slip. They will verify your identity. They will give you the car. You'll be paying $200, $300 every month to them. Can you imagine that? You are earning $2,000 a month. You are paying $300 to the car dealer. You have $1,900 with yourself. You can pay your rent. You can feed well. You can dress well without shedding blood, without killing anyone. So don't allow short-term criminality to rob you of long-term glory. Short-term criminality to rob you of long-term glory. We had no time for party or for club. I was a soundly born-again Christian. Ministering at that time, 80s, 90s. Ministering in prayer department. I was one of the prayer warriors in my church in the 80s. We were only 3 places: church, school, home. Church, school, home. We had no thought of one useless club. There is one naked people. Naked. Nay. Born again. We were SU. SU of those days. Today, there is no country on earth. All of these guys I'm talking about, by the grace of God only, and myself, we want to go on vacation that we cannot go with our wives. That is what it is to take your time to live and walk in integrity, doing things the right way. It is the devil that is pushing people doing it the wrong way. Even in immigration that I'm talking about, if it takes you 2 years, do it the right way. The benefit you will have will last for 50 years. 50 years. You will enjoy the benefit. You won't have any fear. You won't, in America, in Britain, some people, when they hear a doorbell, their doorbell, they don't open the door. They look. Why? They are running from police because they traveled using forged passport. I'm not saying life is not tough. I wish you know what we experienced too. We thought our time was the worst in the whole world. We will walk kilometers. My parents were not rich. I will walk kilometers to go to church. Sometimes there is no money. My foot will be brown with dust. Walk. We suffer too. We suffered. So there is no basis for criminality. I say, what I'm going through, you don't know. It's because you are abroad. I don't think you have even tested 10% of my own challenge. When you see people wear good clothes and they look fresh, you don't know what they are going through or what they have gone through. It's only the cloth that is covering them up. Everybody has a story to tell. So don't go into immigration criminality because you want to get a shortcut. And then you are using examples of your friends. Look at Ade, look at Paul, look at this one. She did it too. She's now in Malaysia. She's a big girl in Malaysia. She used that passport. Don't do it. Don't go that route. Nigeria is tough. Yes. Tough times never last. Tough people do. So I'm going to round up now. If you have any question and you are genuine, your own desire, your path, that is your vision. That is what God has put in your heart. You want to travel out of your country. You are a Nigerian, you're listening to me, you're a Ghanaian or wherever, and you want to travel and you don't know what to do. I am going to sacrifice my time to give a little bit of professional advice to anyone that contacts me free of charge. And I won't spend too much time on any case because of my own schedule as well. But what I'm going to tell you will help you. Send me a private message if you want professional advice. I will just tell you this is that you should do. If you do it, if you don't do it, but I'm not going to charge anybody for it. That's just going to be my price. So from time to time, I will do stuff like this as well to encourage young people who have the means or who don't have the means, like I've said. You are desperate in quotes. Because when you're going through trouble, trial, problem, challenge, poverty, pain, you'll be desperate. I have been desperate myself many times when I have need. None of us is free of need. As I'm talking to you now, I have need, plenty of them. This morning I was having headache, because I was thinking of a particular issue. My head was aching. I said, God, what is this? How do I solve this problem? Everybody on earth has problem. It just differs. My own problem is not your problem. Your own problem is not my problem. So, but we all have things we are thinking about. But if your own issue now is immigration, you want to travel, you have nothing. I will assess you. I will do assessment for you free of charge. And I will give you professional advice free of charge. What you should do. I will tell you whether your case needs money or your case needs certification. I will tell you because I've done this for many years. And I'm a professional in it. So I will tell you, and I won't charge you anything. So that is why I didn't advertise this thing. If I advertise it, I will get barrage of requests in my inbox. So that is how things are done in life. Opportunity and preparation. The day they meet, success is born. So for the few people here, the few 5, 6 people here, or 7 people, if only 1, 2, 3, 4 people have interest and they want me to counsel them, jump into my inbox and ask me a question. I will give you the best advice that should have cost you money. I will give it to you free of charge. Information is critical and crucial to success in life. What you don't know, can do a lot of damage. So I'm going to stop here this afternoon. Tomorrow, I will do something else along this line, but I will extend it further again into another dimension. I've been doing teaching this series regularly, seminar. If this has actually helped you or helped anyone, please help me share this on your page so that many more people can see it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, my friend on Army's Studio on Instagram and all the people that joined. God bless you all. I see you again very, very soon. Thank you very much, and bye to you.